Good morning, everybody. This is Mrs. Heath. I'm working with you today on our day 13 daily worksheets. We're doing math, language arts, and you can choose to do your reading journal. I have my black marker for writing and a red utensil for coloring today for our writing piece. I also have my picture key ready to go. Here we go. Let's start with math. And I'm always going to put this language arts one to the side because it bleeds over. My markers bleed onto the other paper, so I put it to the side and not use it yet until I'm ready. So working on math today, we're doing what we have been doing with fact families, teen numbers, sums of 5, and writing numbers. We're going to start with our caterpillar and see the two numbers that come before number 13. Looking at the number line, finding 13, I see 12. And then I see 11. So I'm going to write 12, and 11 comes before that. Using the 5-frame pattern to complete the equation, we're going to look at the clear circles and add them to the dark circles. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 clear circles, and we have 1 dark circle. And remember, doing your 5-frame equations, it's easy to figure out if you use your hand by thinking about the 4 clear circles and the 1 dark circle. Yes, they equal 5. You can practice that on your hand as well. Now for our fact families, I like to use a little number bond piece of paper to show what our fact families look like if we were to make it like a number bond. Today we have 0, 4, and 4. I have to figure out what the biggest number is to put it on top, and I have 2 numbers that are the biggest number. They're both the same, so I'm just going to put one of them on top, and then the other 2 are going to go on the bottom. And it would look like that. 4 on top, 0 and 4 on the bottom. And then I would do my addition by adding the 2 little numbers to make the big number. 0 plus 4 equals 4, which is true. If you add nothing to 4, it's still 4. And then going the other way, 4 plus 0 equals 4. Now, subtraction always starts with the big number and subtract the little numbers. 4 minus 0 equals 4. True, if you have 4 and you take nothing away from it, you still have 4. And then going this way, 4 minus 4 equals 0. 4, and if you take all 4 away, you're going to have 0. Fantastic. Let's work on our writing numbers grid. 11 is here. So that means I need the 2 numbers that come before 11, and I see it's 10 and 9. And then I can count up from 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Yay, look at that. Math is done. And I like to color the star with my red marker today, knowing we got our math done. Moving on to language arts. Get my paper over here. And for language arts today, we're doing phonics, reading, and writing, and our word families is the ED word families, or ED. And it looks like this is a name because I see a capital T. So it's T-E-D, Ed, Ted. Look, it's pointing to his shirt too. I wonder why it's pointing to his shirt. I'm not sure about that one. Maybe it's because it says his name is Ted. So I'm going to find the ED words, and I see them at the very bottom of this page. This looks like this one, and I see B-E-D. So I'm going to write that in. B-E-D, and it's B-ed, bed. I see a light. I don't know what that means, so I'm going to look at the picture key, and I see R-E-D. Ooh, I think they're talking about the top light on one of these lights, and it's R-E-D, red, red. Okay, I'm not sure about this boy and the girl here, so I'm going to look, and I see W-E-D, W-E-D, wed, wed. Let's see if these all rhyme. Ted, bed, red, wed. Thumbs up. Fantastic. We're moving on to reading. It says color all of the ED words red. So I have my red marker ready to go. And it says, let's read it together. Ted sits by his bed. He sits next to his red bear named Ned. Ted likes to play with Ned. Oh, I like that. I noticed a couple different words in here that were names. And so I see those were capitalized because they're someone's name. They always have to have a capital letter at the beginning. Color all of the ED words red. Let's do that. I got my red marker. Do this one, Ted, and bed, and red, and Ned. What's the name of his bear? Ted likes to play with Ned. That was a lot. Now the question is, who is Ned? Well, by looking at the picture, I can tell you it's a bear. But the two choices are bear or boy. And just knowing that the boy's name was Ted, that's where it starts. Ted sits by his bed, and that's the boy. So I know Ned is the bear. Moving on to writing. Write 1 to 2 sentences using the picture word bank. We have lamp, clock, mirror, dresser, bunk beds. Wow, that's a lot of different furniture pieces that could go into a bedroom or maybe a living room. My kids, when they were growing up, used to have bunk beds. So I would like to make a sentence about that, talking about my kids had bunk beds in their room. I think I kind of just made a good sentence. And that's really how you make a sentence, is think about what you want to say, and whatever sentence you said in your head is something you could write down. So my kids had a bunk bed, or I could say had bunk beds in their room. That's a nice long sentence. Let's see if we can do that. My kids had bunk beds in their room. So I start with a capital letter. It's the beginning of my sentence for my, M-Y, capital M, finger space, kids, finger space, had, finger space. I'm going to copy this, bunk beds, bunk, finger space, it's 2 words, beds. My kids had bunk beds in their, and this is T-H-E-I-R, room, period. They loved their bunk beds too. My kids had bunk beds in their room, period. I always like to check my sentence, make sure it makes sense. And I give it a thumbs up. And I also have finished my language arts for the day, so I'm going to fill in my star. Thank you guys for doing this with me as always. I love that you get your worksheets done with me. You're superstars for doing this. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.